Morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 144 of our review, and I'm going to ask you to please subscribe. We have 2 lessons that we review each day, and we have a central thought that links everything together. The central thought is, my mind holds only what I think with God, because those thoughts are only my real thoughts. And we're going to be dealing in reality with a big capital R today. So our first of our 2 lessons is there is no love but God's. My mind holds only what I think with God. There is no love but God's. A giant stride lesson when we first met it. And in this particular section of our lessons, there are 3 giant strides. This is the first of the 3 that we are in review for. There is no love but God's, and the lesson that I linked it with from our first 50 was 46, that God is the love in which I forgive. Significant because in the introduction to the review, it speaks of us having to practice true forgiveness, because it's our lack of true forgiveness that is concealing the truth from us and concealing our ability to indeed link our mind, align our mind with God's, so that my mind really holds only what I think with God. There is no love but God's. It's a favorite lesson besides being a giant stride. I love it because it truly turns on the ear the way that this world thinks about what love is. Love, the only real love, is God's love, and it is without judgment and without conditions. It has no restrictions. I love you just the way you are. We could use Billy Joel's song, just the way you are. God looks at us and says, you're perfect. You're absolutely perfect, and I love you exactly like you are, because you are filled with light. You are my child. I love you dearly, and forever and forever and forever. God's love doesn't shift and change based on the time of day or the weather or a whim. It is eternal. So there is no love but God's. If love changes, then it never was love to begin with. That's Buster. The second lesson that we are reviewing is, the world I see holds nothing that I want. There were 2 of our previous first 50 that I linked with this. The first one was, I have given all the world all the meaning that it has for me, or everything that I see in this room, this street, all the meaning it has for me. So the world I see holds nothing that I want, because none of it is real and none of it is true. I've assigned meaning to it. However, I didn't do it out of a whole mind. I didn't do it out of thoughts that I think with my Father. So my mind, fragmented as it was assigning a function to everything around, but none of it was real. The world I see holds nothing that I want, because the world I see is not filled with light. It is not where I am meant to reside, to abide with God. We are meant to abide with our Father in a light-filled realm. We'll call it heaven. That is where we are at home. This world that I see holds nothing that I want, because it is not home. The other lesson that I linked to this one from the first 50 was number 11. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. So how could this world hold anything that I want? And certainly if my thoughts are meaningless, they are not the thoughts that I think with God. My mind does not hold on to those thoughts, because they haven't been thought in conjunction and alignment with my Father, my celestial parent, my source, my creator. So the world I see holds nothing that I want, because the world I see is filled with anger and darkness and suffering and dis-ease. This is not the world I want. I want to be in a world that is one with my Father. I want to be in the world where the thoughts that I think are all of peace and joy and light, and where I am meant to be. We belong in the light. This world that I see, it has no light. It is not where I am meant to be. It holds nothing that I want. But my mind holds all of the thoughts that I think with God. And that is where I go today in our brief, quiet time, our respite from this world, our respite from the thoughts that we think in this world. Instead, we go into those 5 minutes in the morning and the evening, a brief, quiet time to commune with our Father, to clear our minds of every cluttering thought, every small thought, and instead rest. Rest in God, rest in our communion with our Father, and rest in the whole and complete thoughts, the thoughts of peace, the thoughts of love that our Father would have us think. And those are the thoughts that my mind holds with God. That's it for today. I hope it helped. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment. Please pray. I don't think I mentioned it the past couple times. Yes, please pray. Pray for all of our minds to be filled with light today and see what a difference it would make in this world that holds nothing that I want. Namaste.